Hi everyone, I'm Eggfur and glad to see you here today. And actually, this build behind me, I wasn't sure I was actually going to make a video today because I was really struggling to create this system and make it any better than the systems already out there. So what is it? It's a selector panel, and the idea is there are a number of buttons along here, and I can press a button and it will light one of the lights up. When I press the next button, it'll light up and turn out the first one. So that allows you to, for example, select something for a mini game. I might use it to control my farms. So, for example, my bone meal farm could feed a number of different micro farms, and I could use this panel to choose whether I'm going to produce bamboo or sugarcane or sea pickles or whatever, right? So lots of different things you can do with it, up to you. But the really cool thing about this, and why I wanted to make this actually partly, is because there's a couple of new circuits I've come up with, and they are exclusive to Bedrock, and they're a little bit special. So we will take a look at those as we go through the build.
Okay, so let's dive straight in. On Bedrock.
Okay, so I've created a little platform up here where we'll be doing my building high up in the sky. It's not necessary, of course, you can build this system wherever you need to, but let's pretend this is a ground for now. I'm building it here because I'm connecting it to this system over there, which is a wireless downwards redstone transmission circuit, and I'll show you that in a minute. But that's not part of today's build. So what do we need? For each button, for each selection that you are able to make in the system, so that's from between 1 and 15, you will need the top row of items. So I'm going to build 4 buttons today, so I'll need 4 times that. And then regardless of how many you're building, for the system to work, you'd also need these items in the bottom 2 rows. Okay, so let's start building. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little trench, and if I need 4 buttons, I'm going to build a trench that's 4 wide. And then on the edge of that, I'm going to come in this little S shape, like so. I'm going to put redstone dust down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. A repeater at the end there. I'm going to put some redstone dust down here. And just there, I'm going to put a piston. So grab my piston. And, oops, I need some obsidian as well, just there. Okay, so now we can build over the top of this. So grab my snow blocks back, and I've really taken to building with snow. Actually, I'm really enjoying it. It looks really nice, and I did a snow farm recently, so snow blocks are easy to come by. You can look that up on the channel if you like. Okay, so above the redstone dust, now I'm going to place glass blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just build all around that, just cover everything up like so, make that nice and neat. And then I want my 4 buttons here. So these are my selection buttons, and I'm using blackstone buttons. I would definitely recommend using stone buttons rather than wooden buttons. And then maybe a different button at the end, because this is going to be our reset. Over on this side, I want a lever. Put that lever pointing downwards. And on the other side of there, I'm going to have a torch, which will be off, of course, because the lever is on. But that's good for now. Right, next we need our repeaters back. I'm going to replace 1, 2, 3, 4 repeaters underneath the glass, and they're all going to be on 4 ticks. And then one final repeater at the end here, which will stay on 1 tick. Okay, so now more pistons, and these pistons will never extend. We're just putting them there to hold torches for us. Put a temporary block there, and another set of 4 pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grab my obsidian again, and because we don't want to extend, I can block that off with obsidian like so. Right, torches on the sides of pistons. 1, 2, 3, 4 again. And underneath these as well, 1, 2, 3, and take this out, 4. And you'll see those torches all start flashing. We don't really want that, so let's stop it. A line of redstone dust on top of the top row of pistons. I'm just going to stick a torch there just to stop those from flashing. There we go. Okay, let's take a quick time out, just have a look at that circuit we just built, because this is one of the new circuits I've come up with. This is actually, if I put a torch here and a torch there, it's an RS NOR latch. However, at the moment it's acting like a clock, but I can stop that just by powering one of these for 2 ticks. And then if I put a button on the side of here and the side of there, I've now got a circuit where when I press this button, the torches will flip and they'll stay flipped. And if I keep pressing this button, nothing happens. It's only when I press the other side that things can flip back. So that's kind of useful for a number of different things. It's useful for things like memory circuits, but you could also think about it as being some kind of doorbell where you know if someone's visited your house. So you might have, for example, another torch here and a lamp. So if someone comes along, they ring your doorbell, it lights the lamp, it stays lit even when they go away, even if they press the button again. So that's the RS NOR latch. And the thing about this is it's the smallest RS NOR latch in Minecraft, particularly because you can actually swap this out for any old standard block. So let's put snow here. So in most cases, you could probably have just a standard block here, like so. And that is your RS NOR latch. It's the smallest RS NOR latch in Minecraft. You can't do this in Java edition. They are bigger in Java. So just wanted to quickly show you that. Let's get back to the build. Okay. So what's next? Just here, we're going to have a torch. We're going to put a block on top of it, and we're going to put a torch just here. That's good. It might start flashing again. Don't worry about it, to be honest. And then finally, I need to come over here, and I'm going to build a circuit which I came up with recently. And this is quite a special circuit, actually. This is the only one-wide tileable 1-tick pulse limiter in Minecraft. Okay, so I've built a couple of examples of our 1-tick pulse limiter, and here I've got the obsidian blocks placed slightly differently to the one we've got in our build, but it's exactly the same principle. And the idea is going to be that I can power this lower piston here, and the top torch will flash once for 1 tick as the power goes on. So that's this is actually the only silent one-wide 1-tick pulse limiter in Minecraft, and again that's Bedrock exclusive. Interestingly, it uses a similar kind of mechanic to the RS NOR latch, where torches can power pistons and pistons can power torches. They don't power other things necessarily, but it works with torches. And we can build that in a sort of more horizontal way as well. So this is kind of like your vertical setup. Here's your horizontal setup, but exactly the same thing. I power this piston at the end, and I get a 1-tick pulse out of the front. Okay, back to the build. So that is something maybe a little bit special. You can't do it in Java edition. It only works in Bedrock. But what I'm doing there is I'm putting 3 pistons up like that in a little sort of C shape. And I'm going to put, I don't want them to extend. So this one's blocked by the obsidian at the end. This one, I'm going to put a glass block just here. I'm going to run my lamps along behind the windows. And then I want an obsidian at the end. And that will stop this piston from moving. So now place torches, one on top of the middle of each of those pistons. And we're now going to extend this out to the side of the line of redstone here. Put another block on top there. Place a repeater here on 2 ticks. And a spot of redstone just there. And I think we're pretty much done. let's go see what happens. So if I press a button, light comes on, press another one, different light comes on. I can reset it, and I can change this as well so that now I can select multiple options. Turn it off when you're done, and you can reset again. Or if you want to, you can just pick another button. So one thing I do want to point out about the system is that you don't get any strange flashing. It does switch over very quickly and neatly between choices. And we're looking at the torches here at the back, not the lamps, because the lamps are a bit delayed anyway. So let's try that again. Okay, so some systems you get a little double flash. This one doesn't do that. However, just a note, if you do press this again, it will flash that time. Okay, so it goes off and comes back on again if you choose the same option. Right, the other thing to note, and this is why I said use stone buttons rather than wooden buttons, is if you press these whilst everything is still lit, you can make multiple selections even though the lever is down, and we shouldn't be able to. So just be a little bit slow. You've got to wait for 1 second for the button to come back up before you make another choice. But of course, if you do make a mistake, press the button there to reset it. Right, final bits just to tidy up. And whilst I'm doing this, do have a think about dropping me a like, subscribing to the channel as well. It'd be really, really appreciated. And it does actually help me a lot, and it helps other people to find these videos. So let's put a sign, oops, if I can spell, multi-select is upwards and downwards is single select. There we go. And then over here, we'll put a sign just saying that this is our reset, all off. And that's down here. Oops. There we go. And you can put whatever you want, whatever makes sense, depending on what your buttons are doing. And the really cool thing, and the reason why I've connected it up to this circuit here, is that you will see, if you look down through the glass, oh, he says, last thing I forgot to do, I need to put some output torches along here. Okay, so now I've got this one selected. If you look down through the glass, down here, you see that row of 4 lamps. And the third one is lit. Third one is lit here. Like the second one. Like the first one. And that's a pretty cool thing because there is nothing joining those systems up at all. So if you want to find out more about this downwards transmission circuit, wireless downwards transmission, I will put a link to that as well in the description of the video. But for now, all I need to say is thank you very much for watching, and I hope this works for you in your world, and goodbye. See you next time.